It's toy time, it's toy time. 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 Hello, YouTubers and Toy Time Studio subscribers. I'm Danny Martinez here for Toy Time Studios, and this is episode 28. But before we get started, I'd like to thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It would really help our channel grow, and it would be greatly appreciated. Now, you've seen some of our 6-scale Hot Toys that we've opened and unboxed in previous episodes. You haven't seen all of them yet. We will show you eventually. You've seen some of our Marvel PVC gallery figures that we've opened up. We haven't shown you every single one that we've just set up to display yet. We will. We've shown you some of our Gentle Giant Scotty Young figures. Statues actually, because they don't have moving parts. We've shown you the Scotty Young section that they're displayed in. We've shown you some of our Funko Pops, which the whole collection keeps growing pretty much every 2 weeks or so, or a month. You even got to see me unbox just about all of my Marvel Legends that I had stored in totes over the course of a few years. In episode 9, Marvel Legends Detolf. In that episode, I unboxed every Marvel Legend I had, and I set them up in an already constructed Detolf with spice racks and with lighting on the top tier from IKEA and on the bottom 3 tiers from Home Depot, puck lighting specifically. That Detolf is currently in the DMS gallery upstairs. Behind me, here in the DMS Dan Cave, you can see my Marvel Selects Detolf. My Marvel Selects Detolf. Hello, YouTubers and Toy Time Studios viewers. This is the Red-Eyed Jedi, the alter ego of Danny Martinez. Do not attempt to adjust your frequency or your bandwidth. This is the Red-Eyed Jedi here with the first of many Toy Term timeouts. And for this segment, we're going to look at our special, very special Toy Time Studios Dictionary of Toy Terms. That's right. And in this edition, we're going to be looking up Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends are 1/12 scale normally. The standard size character is about 6 inches. It was started in 2002 by Toy Biz, and when Toy Biz went out of business in 2007, Hasbro continued the line. Not to be confused with Marvel Selects. Marvel Selects are made by Diamond Select Toys. They're 1/10 scale. They're much bigger noticeably. However, the focus was more on sculpting as opposed to the Marvel Legends, whose focus was more articulation. Large display bases and accessories were also quite common with the Marvel Selects. The boxing and packaging is much clunkier, much bigger, so essentially they're not sold in retail stores as much as comic stores, specialty shops. Marvel Legends, you'll find them all over Targets, Walmarts, any pretty much retail store, toy stores. You can fit many of them. They're much more compact. The boxing is very small, and they have accessories slightly different than you would have for the Marvel Selects. Once again, Diamond Select Toys and Toy Biz partnered up on this. Toy Biz developed and produced the Marvel Selects starting in 2002. Originally, the lines consisted of Marvel Knights comics and Ultimate Marvel comics. In 2007, once Toy Biz went out of business again, Diamond Select Toys took over the rest of the responsibilities and continued the line. And both series are going to this day. I'll show you the difference really quick. In this hand, we have Marvel Legends. This is I picked a universal character, Spider-Man, someone that everyone can pretty much understand and see the difference, or just to articulate what the difference is between the two are. Marvel Legends, much more articulated with bendability, flexibility, posing. Noticeably, most times their fingers move way more individually. Their hips, the sternum. However, like I said, Marvel Legend. This is a Marvel Select. This is the Gamerverse Spider-Man. However, this is the basic sculpt, same size. Much more detail for sculpting and for the paint after the sculpt. Next to each other, you can see the size difference. As previously noted, the boxing for Marvel Selects much more clunky and a pain in the neck to open. The ties that are attached to the figure inside of the plastic interior of the actual boxing is a pain in the ass. The Marvel Legends, much more easy to navigate through. You break the box down, you cut the plastic easily into little strips, and I did a video with the DTOFs, episode 9, where I did a Marvel Legends DTOF. Those boxes were cut and broke down easily. These are the Marvel Legends that I used. So that's the differences between the two. Price range wise, Marvel Legends are about $19.99 to $25, and the Marvel Selects, you usually can get them for about $25. More recently, they're about $30 average wise, depending on size. The bigger ones cost more. Same with this. Selects DTOF, which is dedicated to all of my unboxed Marvel Selects. There's still a few that are rare and expensive that I have boxed or duplicates. Those are all in storage. But behind me here is the DMS Dan Cave Marvel Selects DTOF. If you've ever purchased these or any other figures, toys, or collectibles at any point in time over the past 30, 40 years, I guess, I mean, as far back as I can remember, they've always had extra pieces, parts, or accessories included inside of the packaging separately from the figure in the plastic. Now, these accessories included things such as weapons, guns, swords, knives, staffs, armor, helmets, interchangeable heads, interchangeable hands, arms, legs, sometimes pets, sidekicks, sometimes random objects that had nothing to do with the character at all. Sometimes specific items that fit with the character, specifically meant to enhance the figure itself, or make it pop, as I like to say. Also, some of them had bases, dioramas that you can build around them, or some way to connect them to other figures. Some of them even had larger body parts, larger scale body parts in each different figure's package, which when put together would create what was called a Build-A-Figure. 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 This is the Red Eye Jedi back with your second edition of Toy Time, Toy Term, Time Out. And for this, we go to our trusty Toy Time Studios Dictionary of Toy Terms. This time we're going to be telling you what the Build-A-Figure is. Now, Marvel Legends and Toy Biz started the Build-A-Figure craze in 2005. Remember, Toy Biz went out of business in 2007 and Hasbro took over. However, in 2005, Toy Biz started the Build-A-Figure concept with their Series 9 line, which built Galactus, the Devourer of Planets. The line consisted of 7 different figures, which each came with a body piece, which, when put together, once all figures were assembled, would build Galactus. The 7 figures were Bullseye, Deathlock, Hulk, Nightcrawler, Professor X, War Machine, and Doctor Strange. The concept or sales strategy was essentially you make the Build-A-Figure desirable, and by doing so, you make the whole line desirable, even the lesser known figures, which is a chase strategy in itself. So, for instance, out of the 7, nobody would really have cared about Deathlock, or maybe Nightcrawler or Bullseye as much as Hulk, Doctor Strange, War Machine, or Professor X. However, to complete Galactus, you still had to get them, which in essence sells more of the lesser known figures. And that is what the Build-A-Figure concept was made for, and still continues to this day. Build-A-Figures usually involve larger scale figures, so sometimes they may not fit in the DTOF depending on which figure it is. The original ones definitely didn't fit inside of these shelves at this size. However, as the additions went on later over the years, the Build-A-Figures have gotten a bit more streamlined and can fit for the Marvel Legends. However, the Marvel Selects do not have Build-A-Figures. They are already 1/10 scale, so they already are pretty much display ready to go. As you can see, there's plenty of accessories in there, some of them that make the figure pop, like Drax with his knives, or Star-Lord with his blasters, Thor with his hammer, Electro or Deadpool with their weapons, or Cable with his guns, Winter Soldier, Captain America with his shield. So that's pretty much how I like to get the accessories involved. However, if I was to count all the accessories that came with it and try to put it in the case, I would need about 15 cases, or instead of a 31-inch long bookshelf, Billy bookshelf from IKEA. So, not trying to do that. So then the question comes up, what happened to all the pieces? What do I do with them? Sometimes I used to throw it away years ago. Instead, I just started keeping them all. I've noticed over the years that there is a market for pieces too. Like a prime example would be wrestling figures, which I don't specialize in, but I'm aware of. Some of the belts that certain figures have, the figure might be worthless, but the belt might sell for more than the figure itself, which is pretty funny in a way. But that could work for other types of figures too. So you never know. Anyhow, I'm going to show you how I organize and sort my figure accessories and pieces. I'm still in the process of fine tuning it and making it like very, very fine, detailed into what exactly is what, and setting up like, at least knowing which figure goes with which piece. But I'll work that out in the future. I just wanted to have it all in the same area, in the same place, instead of scattered about in different locations, in different bundles. So this was the easiest way to do it. Check it out. So I'm gonna remove the bases that came with the Spider Women. I'm gonna try to figure out how to keep the glider in there. I'm gonna get rid of the arcade machine and the guy on there for Punisher and the background piece for the bar. I love the Doctor Strange background pieces. However, I think either way, the bottom of it is too wide, way too big for the DTOF. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. Either way, all those are now gonna get moved into the Marvel Selects DTOF. Okay, so to start off, some people usually sort their pieces in individually as far as by package. Everything that came in each package is individually kept from what came in the other package. I consolidated a bit way before I did this episode or had the idea for this episode, way before I even had the idea for this channel. I had consolidated quite a bit from when I had opened up a lot of figures, especially during episode 9. I added more. So to start off, I got some totes and definitely had to arrange which totes fit where. So I'll just show you what I have and how I separated it. So in this tote, there's a bunch of stuff, really bunch of stuff. Okay, so this one is pets, sidekicks, little animals, dragons, dog. Okay. Now some stuff I did pack separately, like for instance, these are all stands, NECA stands, which can be used for all types of different figures. This is from X-Files figures from the 90s. Stretcher and, wrapped up dead cadaver, I guess, dead body. This is from the Ron Burgundy figure I got. The robe, dumbbell, and slippers. This one we'll do separately. This is an old Silver Surfer kit. This is a Terminator 2-piece from McFarlane Toys. When he gets the hole blasted through him. Now these I kept separately. These are actually all the accessories for the Batman, Catwoman, Joker, and Harley Quinn figure I have upstairs in the DMS gallery. Sideshow figures. This is just some side accessories for a Marvel Select Skrull. Marvel Select Elektra regular version. Not to be confused with the San Diego Comic-Con Skrull Elektra. These are some old wings for a Spawn from years ago. Okay, these are some building block pieces for the McFarlane Walking Dead Governor's Room set that I had. That's upstairs also. These are separate missiles for missile launchers. These are just separate arrows, most likely Hawkeye. These are actually pegs that are used for the dioramas for Marvel Selects for the X-Men, classic X-Men, and the Avengers Civil War background pieces. These are just different knives, smaller swords, battle axes, anything that could fit smaller into this bag. Okay, not to be confused with the bigger bag, which has spears, swords, and all types of other things that were way bigger. Now, this bag is full of capes, wings, armor attachments, cloaks, and other, pieces like that. I just didn't want to sort through too much. Kept those together. These are all guns and one like armor attachment, but mostly guns. All guns of all sizes. These are random odds and ends, like a guitar for the Crow, a jack-o'-lantern for Michael Myers, all the accessories that came with Jay and Silent Bob from the 90s, the 2-pack. Some other random odds and ends. Sewer grate. Random. These go with the Kotobukiya Deadpools. I might use these eventually. They're signs that you can then do dry erase on, and then he's basically saying whatever you write on it. This is a random Build-A-Figure for a rhino, I believe, or actually an extra piece for the rhino. This is just a bunch of hats. Freddy Krueger hat, and then a bunch of McFarlane starting lineup hats. Oh, I found another random piece, a taco. Throw that in here. A bunch of stickers and random booklets. Carnage, Marvel Select, all the tendrils and stuff, just kept it together. Okay. We'll put these away, and then I'll show you what's in that big bag. Okay, now, this big baggie. This is all Star Wars Kotobukiya pieces. All the ones that are in the Kotobukiya section. The Kotobukiya section consists of all the DC characters, the Marvel, X-Men, Avengers characters, and the Star Wars characters, the ones that I preferred. Okay. Then these are random Kotobukiya heads. I'm going to wrap them individually. They're well sculpted. Gwenpool. That's a Marvel Select head. Actually, no, that's not. I lied. Another Kotobukiya. And some random other stuff in there. All right, we'll put those back, and then I'll show you the rest of what I got over here. Now, you might be wondering, you've seen a few heads. However, I separated most of the other heads into these totes over here. So this is a smaller tote. This is a Sentinel arm. I plan on getting the rest of the Marvel Legends series that goes with the Build-A-Wave that goes with that. Build-A-Figure Wave. I also have, I'm working on getting Galactus. I have a leg, I have an arm, and I have his head. I still have to get the other four figures, which I mentioned. I saw that I saw my alter ego mention that. I intend on finishing this one. Okay. Now, I also have a water bottle spray for when I want to wash and clean them. Give the figures a figure bath, which is exactly what it sounds like. Some paintbrushes. And some toothbrushes for crevices. Now these are all random pieces still to be sorted. Bases and other stuff, guns, costumes, stands, animals, weapons, hands, accessories, odds and ends. Those are still to be sorted. So that's why those are just out and about, kind of like that. Now, in this tote right here, I got extra bags. These are old comic bags that I've had for years. I figured I might as well use them instead of throwing them out. So these are all hands for Marvel Legends and Selects and whatever else all hands, and these are hand attachments, which sometimes enhance the figure, but sometimes just take up extra room, and I don't want to bother with it. These are arms, all arms, and bigger hand attachments and things like that. Also for the NECA figures that I have, the quarter scale, that's that. Also got some smaller figures in there, like Ant-Man. Wouldn't stand up, so I just threw them in there. Also got these mini Yellow Jacket. Okay. Also, heads. Lots of heads. Interchangeable heads, which will come into play eventually when I start doing my little short features for Toy Time Studios. We'll be using some of those to change their facial expressions and whatnot when they interact with each other and when they interact with me. All right, so these can go out here. I'm still working on a better process to preserve them. However, there's also, this is one of the dioramas that would have gone with one of the Marvel Selects. This goes upstairs. I have another section where I have a bigger tote full of bases and dioramas and other bigger, bulkier pieces, which I will show you right now. So what we'll do is, the other section that I was telling you about, open up this little door. And we have this here. Now this one is pretty much the mother load. This one has most of the bigger stuff in it. So I'll show you this now. All right, let's take a look at what's in here. All right, so like I had mentioned earlier, there are many bases and other dioramas. So, you know, bunches of these. Some are actual sets, or like, you know, this is for Danger Girl. A bunch of bases that just are odd shaped. Yeah, they don't fit normally elsewhere. Freddy Krueger's legs for the motion activated figure I had from the 90s. Universal Monsters Frankenstein set. This is like a whole scene that you would have Dr. Frankenstein and his monster. This is actually something that goes on like any glass window, suction cup, and then the figure goes, the legs go in the hole. Yeah, this base sucks. There's another base for Black Widow, I believe. Yeah, there's tons of them. I mean, that goes to Colossus. This goes with like an old Marvel Legends figure. What's in this bag here? Oh, see, yes. These are all the dioramas for the Avengers and the X-Men Civil War that I was telling you about. With all the clips in the bag before. That's that. Freddy Krueger's arms. Other random bits. Some more of the... Yeah, that... Actually, see this? That should go in the bag also. Alright, so that pretty much covers that box. And I'll throw that other piece in there and then we're all set. And that's how I store all the parts and accessories that come with the many figures that I have. I still have some more to get to downstairs and that box to be sorted. So I'll probably be making another trip up here at some point, at which point then I'll probably reorganize and shuffle things around a little bit so everything fits nice and tidy, make sure everything's bagged up. I'll probably bag some more things up just so the things are preserved and protected. Thank you for watching. Thanks for checking it out. Next time we'll have episode 29. It'll be the Wayne Toy Show haul for the weekend of December 5th. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out next time. Same toy time, same toy channel.